Hello everyone, this is Kevin T. Rodriguez of themoviewizard.com, and let's talk about Case Closed, aka Detective Conan. Now this video is a little late coming because of all the festivities and work as well as, just some personal stuff going on, but on January 1st, Anime News Network reported that our favorite 10-year-old detective is coming to Netflix. In fact, Netflix is streaming the series right now. As we speak, you can go to Netflix and you can stream Detective Conan on the biggest streaming service on the internet. Now, there are a couple things to note about this that I will discuss, and that's why I felt it was still worth making a video, even though the news of this is more than likely spread across all of Case Closed fandom. First of all, they're only streaming 52 episodes of the series, and they're not like the first 52 episodes. They're episodes 748 through 799. For the record, Crunchyroll began simulcast for the anime beginning was episode 754. So basically whatever Crunchyroll has, Netflix has. Secondly, even though Crunchyroll is still promoting the series as Case Closed, Netflix is not. Netflix is running the show under the original title, Detective Conan. And the third thing is, it should be noted, of course, Funimation doesn't appear to have any involvement in this decision or these streaming rights whatsoever. Now, this is kind of interesting to me because for a few reasons. First of all, it's really kind of strange, almost bizarre really, to see that Funimation obviously renewed their rights for the license of this series a few years ago, because they started putting it online themselves through the Xbox Live Network and the PlayStation Network, and, even a few episodes and a couple movies on Hulu. So Funimation very much still has a claim to this property as far as I can understand it. However, it is interesting that recently the show has been showing up on Crunchyroll, and it's been showing up on Netflix. Chances are even Hulu will start having these episodes to air. I don't know if Funimation owns the rights to these episodes. They probably don't, and since they don't, I'm kind of wondering what this means for the future of the franchise. To recap with a little history, when the show came out on Cartoon Network years ago, it was a hit on their Adult Swim block. However, it was a hit for entirely the wrong reasons, or not the wrong reasons, but in the wrong ways. It wasn't appealing to the adult demographic Cartoon Network was seeking. It was a big hit with teenagers, and that, as far as I am aware, is a toxic group of viewers. You don't want them because they don't buy anything. They won't buy merchandise, they won't buy DVD, and Adult Swim cut their losses. Funimation kept dubbing the series and releasing them on 3-episode DVDs, which is an insane thing to do for a show that is now well over 700 episodes, and at the time it was over 300 episodes, so it's not like it was any less crazy back then. And at episode 138, Funimation more or less cut it off. They haven't dubbed any episodes since. They dubbed a couple movies, but otherwise, they have not done any more of the shows. They have not done any movies for a while, and if you want to get a Funimation employee really upset, go to a convention and ask them about Case Closed. You will almost be forcibly removed from the booth because they hate that question so much. And in a strange way, because of this, we haven't gotten any new Case Closed since 2004. We've gotten new DVD releases, repackaging, and of course we've gotten those same episodes on certain download sites where you could buy them, but we have not gotten new dubbed episodes or any new episodes at all until Crunchyroll started simulcasting the series, and now Netflix has the series up there. And I have to say, folks, as I look over the years of this series in America, as I look over the ups and downs, the turmoils it's gone through, I have had to come to one conclusion. A conclusion that I think the company who makes the series knows, and that's why we're finally getting more of it in America, with or without Funimation. That Case Closed is a hit show in America. Because on Adult Swim, the show did get good ratings. The DVDs, despite not having any new material made in a long time, have still sold consistently over the years, and that's why Funimation continues to print them, even though they have long discontinued many other series they still have the rights for. The manga that Viz Media releases continuously shows up on the New York Times bestsellers list, and in fact sells so much that last year they did an entire reprint of the whole series, all 50 books that they had published at the time. That was so unheard of at the time for a series that many people assumed was a second or third tier seller at best. When Funimation released the show for sale on Xbox Live and PlayStation Network, the series became bestsellers, selling second in the anime category only to Dragon Ball Z, which is always going to outsell everything until something bigger comes along. When the show premiered on Crunchyroll, it became a huge hit. Like, it was already like one of the most watched animes within hours of it going up, and it continues to be one of the most watched animes on their site. And now, even though we don't know the numbers for Netflix, on Netflix, it has the rare 5-star rating at the time of this recording. So the only thing I can conclude from all of this is that essentially everybody knows that Case Closed / Detective Conan is a hit series except for Funimation. And I don't know why Funimation is stubbornly refusing to do anything with the property. It's almost as if they're embarrassed to admit that it's a hit show now, that people like it. You know, it's as if like, oh, well, it's a hit show, but we don't want to admit that because it's not a hit show because of us. We gave up on it, and no one else did, and now it's finally catching on, and now it's everywhere, and people are watching it, and people are buying the books, and people are buying the new DVDs, which I do want to mention, Daisuke Media, I believe that's what they're called. They released the Lupin the Third versus Detective Conan special to great numbers, as far as I heard, and I bought a copy myself. So there you go, Funimation. That's $30 of mine you could have gotten a few months ago from me. So here's why I'm still making the video. Here's essentially my plea to Funimation. Funimation, it's okay that the show wasn't successful because of you. Case Closed was always a rare, odd series. It had the potential to be big and everyone who watches it loves it, but it was always a tough sell. But the thing is, it is selling now. People are seeking it out. They do want more. I mean, I know there's this pride issue probably with Gen Fukunaga, who's part Japanese, and you know, I'm sure he would have liked to have been able to be the one who claimed, like, it's because of my company this show's a success. But here's the thing, Jen. Here's the thing, Funimation. Case Closed is a success now. It has been a success for at least a few years. Everyone can see it except you, but you still have the license. You can still do something with the properties that you have. You still have movies you can release. I bet you have at least 50 episodes of the show. Heck, Netflix is airing it now. Get into a deal with Netflix, and I'm sure Netflix will fund more seasons to dub. Funimation, now is the time. If the San Diego Comic-Con comes around this year, and you still aren't doing anything with this property, it's not because the property isn't valuable. It will be simply because you don't want to do anything with the property, which I think would be a very, very sad commentary on your current outlook on the very nice series you actually have. So anyway, that's my thoughts. What do you folks think? Do you think the show's a hit? Do you think Funimation's making a big mistake? Do you think Funimation is right? I would like to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.